Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Scrub, and welcome back to Going Medieval. Last time, we weathered a pretty good assault, and we're going to be starting off today with an equally as, if not more ferocious one. So that'll be fun. So our first priority out of the gate today is going to be defense, and it did get brought up to me, there is technically a very easy way to cheese the early raids. Because you may have noticed on the last raid, the only place the Marauders went is to the doors. That's because they can't get up on walls, at least early raids. I don't know if they've added any more siege equipment to the game since the last time I played. I'm not going to spoil what's in it right now for people that haven't seen it before. But as far as I know, there's no way to climb over walls. So if you really want to, you can build, like, say, one entrance, like a series of 5 or 6, like, canal enclosures, and just sit on top and cackle and shoot down at them while they try and work their way through a series of doors. But, you know what? That's not super fun. However, this is a bit of a problem, so we'll go ahead and clear that. We'll go ahead and throw up a wall there. If you see that pop down here, that's the development console. It's no big deal. It's just something you have to deal with if you play on the experimental build. I should probably figure everything. In fact, you know what? Yeah, let's get everyone on construction, since now we actually have time for it. And we will want to start what I was talking about a couple parts ago and get these defensive towers. And I think this is also a good time to start on our first official wall. So we'll try something like that for now. I think you want to bring this out, probably 3 deep, so you can have up to like 3 or 6 archers firing on one door at a time, which is very good. And I don't know if you get the wood back for building on that. I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, we will get this as well. Go 2 deep. Yeah, we're not going to go too deep on the wall. We're just going to worry about what we got to worry with for this assault. What time will they be coming at? 16? Okay, 1700. And I think, unless I misread the earlier tooltips and they're all like this, I'm guessing they're just going to come and make demands immediately and we're not going to have a chance for negotiation. If we do, then we're perfectly fine. If not, we have a pretty good build crew, so I'm not too worried about it. Worst case scenario, we might be missing a Merlin or 2. But I don't think it's the worst thing. And just in case, I'm going to grab a couple of trees right next to base that are mature dead. And then, yeah, after this, we're definitely going to want to start getting the legitimate mining underway. Because the only concern I think we really have right now is our doors. And as soon as we have iron ingots and can smelt them, we will have security doors. And then everything from that point's pretty much gravy. You know, I was just thinking about it. Even because you can build that. I'm willing to bet if you were willing to terraform everything, you could just make a straight-up rat maze and just shoot at them while they double back on themselves 5 or 6 times. That sounds hilarious, and I might test that at some point just for a fun one-off, but for now, that feels a little cheap. And Isabella is already back up to snuff. That's good. Could you shoot by chance? 5. I don't think we have anyone else that can use a longbow that doesn't have one. Although, actually, we should probably upgrade you from the warbow to a longbow. 3.7, 9418. Yeah, you go ahead and grab that. Yeah, the warbow. Yeah, okay. So you got the longbow. Yeah, anyone with good marksman should have a longbow over a warbow. But if you have warbows in stockpile, they're not bad to use. So everyone's armed up. We got armor for everyone. I'm just going to throw a helmet on real quick, just in case there are any we missed. If not, they can just pick this stuff up later. Okay, 5 hours left. We've got most of what we need done. We're still waiting on wood for a lot of stuff. Prioritize that for you guys. Might as well change some of your priorities while we're down here. Oh, actually, you are our new backup. You're slightly better. Yeah, we don't really have a doctor. So far, hasn't been a problem, but that might be one we need to get at some point. It should be okay for this one. I'm going to deconstruct this ladder, because if they do get inside, I kind of want to force them through these doors so that they have another layer of defense they have to get through. And then if they work their way up top, we'll have plenty of time to drop here, fire across, and should be in a similar situation here. And you have the kitchen, so in theory we can actually just Benny Hill these guys, so we should be more than okay for defense, but yeah, I think getting rid of those exterior ladders should just about get us there. Because I don't think they can even return fire. Yeah, they're all marauders, so... As long as we focus our fire, we should be okay, and I think I built these a little too close. Yeah, I'm sure there's different ways to do this, either be, like, right up on it. I think leaving a little bit of space so they can cluster smarter. I don't know if stray shots are a thing in this game, like if you're shooting at a target and you can miss into somebody else, or if it's all just hit or miss on the specific target. I don't know, that could be a fun one to keep an eye out for. We've got most of what we need done. I think we'll be just okay. And the kitchen's almost done as well, so... So yeah, once the kitchen's done, that means we are officially caught up on the main stuff I wanted to get done. Which means I think our next focus will be mining and smithing. Do a quick run through this, see if there's anything else I wanted to build. Yeah, I think mining is pretty much our next major step across the board. Because we're going to start needing iron ingots for just about everything that isn't wooden. Oh yeah, I did think I wanted to clear these. Alright, it's imminent. Yeah, I think I'm mostly okay with how this looks. Missing a couple Merlins, but again, they don't even... Yeah, why did I even focus Merlins? I just realized that was kind of pointless. Eh, well, you know what? It looks good, and that's the important thing. Oh, we do get an... Okay. Alright. Violent extortionists, the river bandits. The swarthy jailers wanted your settler Isabella, and they wanted them now. They had to pay for their crimes, or your whole village would pay up. It was up to you. And... 20 hours. You know, I'm kind of curious. What happens if you leave these guys on red? I think they'll just immediately attack after that, but I kind of want to run the clock just to see what'll happen. Yeah, you know what? These guys are so unimportant. Let's just keep doing stuff. That sounds funny. Maybe they'll be so offended they'll just leave us alone. I guess with that, we should consider doing our full building expansion. I'm not sure how I want these walls to look at, so we'll finish the Merlins first. Also, I should probably make sure everyone's on normal job priorities now. Huh, interesting. Why does Scarabugga like stewardship? Unskilled labor, intellectual. Industrious, unskilled labor, double up. Now you're a decent miner. Eager. I'm guessing this is unskilled labor? Yeah, stewardship is just one I usually just turn on to on because that's just like basic stuff like opening doors, refilling torches and whatnot. So I kind of like everyone just deal with that as it pops up. But that is worth noting that now there's someone that could actually genuinely be like a keep steward if there's a bunch of stuff you have to get done around the place. That's interesting. And I think we've mostly got job priorities under control. And yeah, you're a backup for a few brainy jobs. Your main thing is cooking, and you're okay at animal husbandry. Yeah, no, I think overall Isabella is a pretty solid grab. We definitely needed a cook, so I'm super happy about that. And yeah, with the clay being finished up now, we should get this kitchen finished. Hey, good news, you get to sleep the roof over your head tonight. So now I'm wondering if maybe you always get a negotiator except when it's cannibals. Because the York people, they were an actual settlement. They gave us demands. The river bandits want to talk. Actually, you know what I can do? Because I think you can talk to them without saying yay or nay. Oh, make sure you're not... Yeah, you're not speechcraft, so no worries there. Yeah, Jeanette. Okay, and you are in a different spot than the last one. I was wondering if there was just, like, one spot where people come in, but it looks like it might just be RNG. Yeah, I am curious how much they want, because I just realized I don't think we've even showed off this system yet, so I should at least check it out. And I do think some Merlins here. Again, I know we don't need the Merlins right this instant, but it's pretty, damn it. There we go. And then at a certain point, I think I'm going to bring probably the entire Great Hall out and turn into, like, a Beast Hall / Central Keep. And, yeah, we do want to figure out where we want the merchant. And we need to tear up the clay. Okay. I think priority will be get enough stone and iron to get us started, and then we'll hop on terraforming the central courtyard. And it looks like if the negotiators leave and the attack starts immediately, it'll be around 1600, or, yeah, a little before 15. So we shouldn't need to mess with schedules. And I've got you on our schedule. Oh, okay. He just made his way over there. You decide to make them an offer. Okay, that's interesting. So this one, they're okay with me trying to make an offer. I think the last one, when it was against the Kingdom of York, that they were actually depressed about that. The brute spoke soft but menacing. Isabella belongs to me. Hand over my slave, or you all will suffer. They were deadly serious. So we say straight up no. Yeah, they send that in. Everyone's happy. Make an offer. Okay. Yeah, you know what? We gotta test things out. I'm hoping this doesn't immediately trigger a negative if I can't make the offer. But we'll see. They want 664 gold worth of goods. Nice. Okay, well, even if I could afford that, I don't think I'm gonna give in to that. Yeah, that is... Just scroll through this list. I don't even know if we could afford that. If we gave them literally everything we owned. That's, that's a lot. You are asking quite a lot, my dude, and I guess for what it's worth, they give you an insane amount of storage so you can haul it all away, but... Yeah, that is... For this point in the game, that is a lot. For one person. So, okay. I'm obviously saying no. Cancel. Okay, it looks like that's just considered a, give me time to think about it. Okay, so now we're gonna leave them on red and see what happens. More apple trees. You know, I think if nothing else, I want to leave this as a laying down the entire courtyard just so I can have Apple Street, because this has been coming in pretty clutch. For what it's worth, even though they're on top of each other, it seems like they're growing pretty well. I am gonna have to cut them if they get too close to the actual fields, though. But we'll address that when we get there. Hey, so they didn't get that one piece done, and it's ranged, so now Isabella gets to sleep on the floor. That's gonna be great for pre-battle. For what it's worth, she's pretty happy about it, so... Who knows, maybe she's a ground sleeper. And a nice dreary morning for the battle. Love it. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some... stick flooring down where we're gonna dump the bodies, so they decay at a slightly lower rate. And look at y'all, you got such a varied diet. This is the best place for these goats, I'll say it. Can't find Path to Wood and Merlin. What's that mean? I mean, it probably means exactly what you said, but... You know what? I'm sure you'll figure it out considering you have all the paths in the world. Hey, there's your chamber. Good. And I don't think we had any extra helmets, because I see a bunch of caps, yeah. Unfortunate, but what can you do? And throw on some headgear for the battle. If nothing else, I like the aesthetics. I think everyone's up to summer clothing just in time for autumn, so that's cool. And Gambison, yeah. How much space do we have inside? Because I should probably haul most of this inside. Which I say we're actually about to get a bunch more, so we'll expand this and we'll leave the one outside, because I think this is all going to be garbage anyway. Yeah, the good thing about battles is you will get a bunch of loot. However, it's usually in pretty banged up condition, considering they just got out of a fight and they're bandits and probably don't take too much good care of their stuff, so... Eventually, you do want to be producing all your own stuff so you can make sure you're getting top tier stuff, but for now, you gotta make do with what you got. I'm thinking after we terraform, we might want to move the merchant stall right in front of the kitchen, and we also want to make our shrines at some point too, but I think the armory is going to take priority over that. So long term, what I'm thinking, and the plan's going to change in about 3 to 5 minutes, is we tear this up, get the armory... Ooh, I don't even know where I want to build that yet. Now we should think about that. Get the armory up, and then I think after that we can start putting in the production chains that we need. And then we're just going to be sitting on resource production for a while. And look at that! Isabella's all dressed up for Halloween. Love it. The wolves are already ready for the battle. They're just waiting. And with Isabella on food, we should be pretty set. I'm going to hold off on barley production for the fermenting, I think, for one more season. Because I'm pretty sure once you actually start doing that, you destroy barley. And I want to make sure we have some in supply for next year's harvest. After that, I think we can start making it in small amounts, but it is something you need to stay consistently aware of. It's very easy to get ahead of yourself on production if you're not watching it. Any other last minute adjustments? Let's see, we don't have any ladders. So the only way up to the walls is there, and the entire wall is linked from the lawnway. So worst case scenario, we could actually get everyone to this part of the wall and just make a last stand if they completely demolish our doors and get inside before we can do anything. I don't think it's going to come to that, but I don't know. That's the fun about this game. You can figure out what works and what doesn't. And actually just go ahead and try and get all this stuff inside before the rain destroys it. Do we not have a place for flax seeds? Oh, you know what? I may have actually set... Oh, also, if you want to make a change to a bunch of things at once, all you have to do is make sure that everything you want to change is on screen. Double-click the item, and it'll change the work mode for everything highlighted. So I'm actually going to go ahead and throw flax seeds in here, just because if I really don't pay attention to it, I could end up in a situation where I lose it. And if nothing else, we can always sell off extra flax seeds. So, that should be good. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get the next row of shelves ready. But it looks like the seller's doing great work for us. And now, it's been a while since I've said I'm sorry. 37.5. 36.4. Because this thing has better thermal insulation. Oh no, they have the same. Unless the ground here is... I'm guessing that's what's happening, is that this dirt itself is colder than this bigger space with stuff in it. So I'm guessing that's why this is staying cold. But you also probably want this to make sure that, like, heat from the kitchen doesn't get in. So I think it's okay that this is slightly colder than the cellar itself. Yeah, if you've got any hints or tips on that, let me know. As far as I know, my cellars are usually okay, but I'm sure there's some stuff I can tweak here and there. And the attack is imminent. Alright, so we left you on red. You're gonna sit there. I'm just gonna, like, watch you for a little bit. For what it's worth, this guy's ready to rock. Shield and two-handed... Oh, it is a one-handed axe. Okay, so bye. Okay, so we stood our ground, refusing to give in to the demands. Hawkshaw folks took up arms, making ready for battle. Here we go. Okay, so it's not even an immediate... Okay, so honestly, if you just want to run the clock with the negotiator, it seems like there's basically no consequence for that. That is worth noting. So if you really do need time to set up defenses, if you got super messed up by an event, or if you need to change your entire plan, you do have about a day's leeway. And yeah, they'll still be coming around 1900, so that's perfect for us. I'll probably have to leave some stuff sitting out overnight, but that's alright. And I think after winter, we'll start adding windows and making these places more pretty to live, but for now, I'm thinking functionality's a bit more prudent. And make sure no one's too far outside base. Like, keep everyone home for the attack. Okay, yeah, they're all here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so it looks like so far these attacks are... Oh, only 8. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's one less than we were expecting. Alright, let's see what they got. Shield, sword, some basic armor here and there. Big dude with a bigger axe, love it. Okay, nothing we can't take, and they're on the other side of the lake. Alright, well, let's see where you're gonna end up going. So far... Alright, they're gonna group up. They're gonna push our north side. Or west side, I think. Directions are interchangeable, right? Alright, you three get up on those walls. And... you three... set up over here. And we'll keep an eye on them. I think they're all charging in here. Okay, slow down. Okay, looks like they're doing a 50-50 split. So, you there. We go to get ready over here. Isabella, you're fine. Garabaga, hit here. And Quinhilda. That should be alright. And yeah, we don't actually have to worry about attacks, so as soon as... Oh, look at Wallace. He's already getting shredded. Alright, on to the next one, Make sure you aim for the guy at the door, please. You hit there. You hit... Galien, perfect. You hit this guy in the back. You get right here, fire down. Yohama, go ahead and take this angle. Jonette, go ahead and get on the door. Isabella, you keep playing for picks on the back. Hit this guy before he can move. Galien, please die, thank you. And you two, go for the Spear Marauder. And this door is clear already. Sick. You guys go ahead and get over here to get ready for the retreating force. If you guys could actually bust in a little bit, that would be perfect for me. Actually, you know what? You guys aim this guy, because I think he's going to try and get away. Alright, there we go. You're slow. Go for the kill here. They might start retreating. And I got that, and no one's hurt. And now we clean up these fools. Oh, right. Something to be aware of. I think the control group does kind of freak out once it goes to that screen. So just make sure you recollect them and then give them the new order. Oh, I didn't want to collect you on that. Hey, you know what? We're going to eat good tonight. So for wolves, because they're not an aggressive force, you actually have to hit G to attack and then select them. So you can also do manually hunting if you need to, like that, but usually I'm fine just leaving on autopilot unless I need something particularly bad. Alright, you three, get back to work. You three, run this fool down. I think he's gonna get away tragically. It's not like he had anything we need, but yeah, you know what? Don't waste the time on him. One gets away to tell the tale of Hawkshaw, and how we're basically untouchable so far. Thunderbaugh. Alright. And we just gotta bang the hammer on this door, and basically nothing happened, except we're a lot richer. Go ahead and urgent haul that, though. You know, this might be the first time we're actually eating anything, and it's just purely because I took pot shots at it. Love it. But yeah, this is what I was talking about a couple parts ago with wildlife just being attracted to battlefields. If you really want to stockpile meat, now is the time to do it. Again, I'm not too worried about it, but, you know, I'm pretty happy with how that went overall. Yeah, I do think the two-door defense is pretty sustainable. And even if they had come to this bottom door, after we deleted that ladder, they would have just run across here. And furthermore, they would have taken even more time getting around, so that defense was pretty manageable for us. Yeah, don't have anything to... Get back to work, please. Thank you. Yeah, not having anything for range against a pure range army in this game is pretty rough. I said you're undrafted, lady. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, pretty much business as usual once we haul all these bodies and get all the armor, which means we're gonna finish that. And now I need to start considering where I want the armory at. We'll probably spend the next day doing more hauling just to make sure that everything's inside and we can consolidate our resources, but I'm pretty happy with how that went. I was considering right here for an armory, but I feel like it might end up blocking the sun once we go to a 2 or even a 3 story, so I don't think that's great. This place is a giant hole that I would either have to work into or fill in. More hill that way. I guess past the Great Hall wouldn't be terrible. I did just invest in these defenses, but I might have to tear them down immediately. Suppose we could also just move the animal pen. Actually, you know what? Get rid of that. It's a weird place for it, but armory next to the garden shouldn't be bad because the sun's been coming up down here, so it shouldn't block any sunlight hitting the field. We still keep our defenses, and I'm just going to build the top floor of the armory into more defenses. Okay, I think that is not the worst. And we'll throw a door here for good measure. That is not too shabby, I'll take it. Plus, long term, I feel like you need to expand the armory as you go. So I'm thinking expanding it over here and maybe even going deeper could be good. Because if this is here, I don't know if we can look that deep underground. Yeah, I don't see anything here, but if there's surface minerals, there's usually more deeper. That's kind of the golden rule. I guess that's how mine works in real life, so that makes sense. New day, we've been doing some urgent hauling for a couple hours, and Jeanette is repairing the damage, and we're good. And, okay, oh, you gotta repair this door too, fair enough. You're cutting, okay, so we should be pretty much back to normal operations. Did I ever figure out if I have a crafter? Not really, if we're being honest. You know what? You don't, even though you're good at it, we don't need a backup carpenter. We have a 2-star. I guess the cook would be okay at it too. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and bump you up to that. Yeah, the problem is most of our people are pretty busy with their main jobs as is. I'm hoping with the 7th settler, and maybe the 8th, will be more or less completely self-sufficient and be able to take care of just about everything. I think you're already chopping up that wolf. Excellent. Oh, hey, we finished up our research. So, with that, you know what? Don't even think about it. We're really going to need that in the future. I think it's only going to work in winter, though. A wooden box will hold water as it freezes, generates ice, right? Probably away from all the stuff that generates heat. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and set 4 of them up right outside the Great Hall for now. I don't think we can do anything with them yet, but I'd rather just have them on set and forget than forget it when I can actually use it. Your bog is almost level 30 intellect. That is really good for us. How much did you need for this? Oh, we're even at the point where we're getting the backup researcher in there. Okay, that's huge. Alright, now I think we're going to start hitting that point where we snowball pretty quickly. Because if we're cranking out research in our spare time, then that's really good. Oh, right, mining. Let's get some of that done. And we even, I just noticed, have a little bit of, yeah, silver down here. So I think the only thing I haven't seen in some capacity is gold. Which I'm sure is around here somewhere, but I'm not that worried about it right now. For now, we need to make sure we have walls and the like first. And we have a way up here, so that should be a pretty good way to get started. That'll get us plenty of stone and iron, which means we're going to need a smelting furnace. Put it next to the kiln. And all these weapon, clothes, armor workstations will all end up in the armory, because we're going to turn into a workshop, I believe it's called in this game. Yeah, workshop, here we go. Every German dreams of having a workshop where they can hone their craft and produce their finest work. This is where all workstations reach their full potential. And yeah, so you can see armor, bowyer, blacksmith, woodworking, stonemason, and sewing get a production speed boost. So that is very good for us, and that'll be the first floor here. Maybe have storage and the smiths living on the second floor. This place is big enough I might be able to fit 2 up here. Oh, hey, friendly visit. Oh, a druid. Okay, here we go. This is new. Goditha of the Circle of Avalon has graced us with a visit. She is a druid, too. Okay, I'm guessing there's different tiers of druid in her own settlement. Hold an event to make the most of their stay. So, this is part of the new role system, and I don't think I can do anything with it this time. Because normally you're supposed to be able to hold either a sermon for the restitutionists, some kind of a druidic ritual for the Oak Brethren, and then if you have a bard, you can hold a feast in your grand hall. We don't have any of those places. Because I think it should be on this screen. There will be a button that says hold event. We should probably make sure it's Oak Brethren. Yeah. So, while it's nice that she's staying with us, I don't think it matters. Leading Oak Brethren... Oh no, maybe you are doing something anyway. I don't know. Like your deer hat. Did I ever build that cartography table? And here we go, ice boxes. So, we pretty much just want these things cranking out ice forever. And you can see there, temp condition not met. That'll start working once it's winter. So until then, they're just going to sit there and be useless, but it's 40 wood. It'll pay for itself eventually. Probably tenfold. Alright, and here's the first of the mining finally getting done. Yeah, this'll take us a while, but once we get the stone and iron underway and we can start smelting it, we're gonna start having much nicer stuff all around. Well, it says she's leading a ceremony, but she's just kind of standing around yelling outside our campfires, so... I guess if someone wants to go hear some random person yell at them while they eat breakfast, it's right there for them. And it looks like we're running into a wood bottleneck already, so we're gonna go ahead and get some trees planned out for that. Yeah, this is what I was saying back in the first part. You pretty much are always gonna be using wood throughout the entirety of the game for stuff. So it's always good to make sure that while you're always chopping, it's good to make sure that you have some close by that's staying consistently growing. New morning is upon us, and everyone's gotten to work. I'm gonna keep an eye on the temp today, because I think, if not today, in the next couple days, we want to switch over to winter clothes. I know I just got some made and literally switched them over, but ideally you want to have enough in the stockpile that you can just switch over next season, and then, you know, if they're in worse condition, they at least should last them a day or two. So I like to make sure that everyone's at least dressed before we switch over. And honestly, I think the game you actually start with winter clothes, so if you have to wear winter clothes into summer for a while, it's fine. I think the reverse is a bit more dangerous and tricky, because it gets really cold in this game in winter, so it doesn't work quite as well. Alright, so the wall for the armory is now complete. A slight problem I think we have, actually, is I believe our main builder is our lead miner, yeah. So I think I'm gonna actually have to leave this alone for a bit, which goes against everything I believe in, to make sure that we get this done. But that's fine. That means we can actually get ahead on wood for a little bit. So I might not do that much building today, especially because we have a friendly visit, so we should be fine for a while. I think I'm going to focus on trying to get some more far-reaching resources gathered up. Someone please get rid of this body. I think someone was going to go burn it and they dropped it so they could go eat or something. There we go. If they're on rot, let it be outside the base. There we go. So yeah, no, hopefully he can just chunk through this today, and that should be... Oh, wow, okay. Alright, note to self, if it's just a visitor, it is a very short visit. I think that was literally a day. So, okay, well, I guess the good news is that's a quick visit. Bad news is that means that the next raid's probably closer than I was expecting, but again, I think we're doing pretty well on defenses so far, although we do definitely need to beef up the doors before the next one, ideally. If we have the security doors, we're going to be perfectly fine. Alright, we are double teaming the mine now, so hopefully they can get through that pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna autopilot this entire day and then get back to you guys tomorrow unless something interesting happens, because we have a lot of resources we need to get from the mines, and it takes a while. I did just notice Quinhild is doing... Hold on, what's your actual deal? Oh, you're a botanist. Okay, that's why you've been grabbing extra duties. I could bump you up to... you're... Oh, right, the backup cooks. That's what's been happening. I forgot to change them. Okay. Actually, you know what? Just hop off cooking, period. There we go. That should free up some labor. I was wondering why Quinhilda was doing so much cooking when Isabella wasn't doing anything, but there we go. Got her all fixed. Oh, the other thing I should check, now that we have everything inside, is how many helmets we had. And it's 50 degrees. Yeah, let's see it. We should have enough winter clothes for everyone. If not, we'll just throw them back on summer and get it changed out at some point. Okay, it looks like we have winter clothes for everybody. Everyone has armor. Most people have helmets. Not everyone, but most is very good to see. So hopefully by next raid we should be okay. I'm just going to grab all headgear for now. And there is sapling number 9. Yeah, I don't know if this has always been like a meta thing, or if I'm just now noticing it for the first time. Apple sapling early game is so good. And there goes all the corpses. I hope you guys ate well for a while. And I'm going to do the thing that I said I don't want to do because I don't feel like dealing with all the bodies. Yeah, that settler becoming annoyed. It looks like we're having drink problems. It doesn't look like we are on this end, but I'm going to bump these up a little bit just to make sure that we have some in stockpile more often, more frequently. I think that should be okay. And then after... Oh, speaking of, harvests! I need to figure out when we need to stop harvesting. Flowering... I think we can do... Hold on, are you still growing? Yes. I think after this harvest, we're gonna not sow. I'm gonna let it flower so we get a decent chunk of cabbage, but we should also have plenty of seeds in reserve for next year. Yeah, we have 46. So I'm gonna let these flower just to get extra seeds to make sure we're good, and then we'll probably be good on that. Yeah, make sure we don't sow anything else after these. Okay. So all the fields are on don't sow. I think I've got them getting out just before anything goes bad. Worst case scenario, if something does get halted, you can just work your way, I think you can just work your way back up through here until you have everything. Just make sure you have everything set to don't sow, otherwise they will just throw seeds in there, and I think they might just die in the ground, so definitely don't want that. And let's go ahead and grab anything that's sitting outside. Okay, it looks like we've gone through a decent chunk of mining, and we're even hitting decent deposits of iron, so I'm going to go ahead and get back to building over here. And I think a brick floor for the smithy/workhouse looks pretty good. We cannot afford it, but that'll be okay. We'll get to it when we get to it. That we should probably figure out second floor. I think stairs at the back should be just fine. Alright, stick second floor should be a-okay. Okay, so I think this is going to be how our initial smithy looks. I think we might have just enough room to squeeze 2 people to live in up here. It's going to be small rooms, but that also means we can clear out the Great Hall quicker, so I'm okay with it. And when I set this one off a little bit to the side, I think long term I will work the armory into the wall defenses for this layer as well. But for now, it'll just be one shooting point and just access to this part of the wall, which I think will be okay. I should probably throw some defenses up while I'm thinking about it. There we go. Shouldn't need a full defense here, but just enough in case we want to shoot out from this angle. If anyone else, will just go ahead and push in here. Although, there we go. That should look pretty decent. Actually, we got more of the floor done than I was expecting. That's gonna look pretty good once we're done. I might even go ahead and start... Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and set up the stockpile itself. We don't want this stuff sitting outside. Even if it's not completely covered, at least it's off the floor and on a... Well, off the dirt and on the floor. We can call that progress, right? Or they'll just bring it all inside. Excellent. You know what? At least they're being logical and bringing it to the closest stockpile. I'll give them credit there. Oh, a cat! Where are you, kitty kid? Hello. Meow to you too, Rex. Please get trained and come to my settlement. Please don't get eaten by a wolf on your way over. I don't know if they can. I'm just gonna assume that because you're a kitty cat. And our first herb harvest is getting finished too. Yeah, herbs, I did bring it up earlier. I think if you can get an early botanist, herbs might be some of the best early game money you can get. I haven't been specking too much into it because I do like to have a stockpile because you use it for medicine and I believe some top tier cooking. So I don't think it's bad to have a stockpile of that stuff, but it is worth noting that if you really need money, herbs are probably the easiest way to get it. If nothing else, because they tend to spawn at a decent rate in the wild. And I think they usually drop in decent sized patches if you let them grow. Yeah, you can see that's basically been, what, 2 days worth of mining for a pretty small chunk and they're not even done with it. Yeah, I mean, again, my main miner is also my main construction guy, so that doesn't help, but I think we've had people fairly consistently over here. Although that being said, we probably need more trees soon. And we're caught up on research because Gerbaga is helping with construction. I think I'm gonna let her finish this up before we start getting more research ready. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, research 3, what do you need? 30 textbooks for advanced research. Oh, I didn't know you need mechanical components. I think you start off with some of those, so I might still have those. Yeah, we have exactly 5. Yeah, mechanical components I haven't really covered because I think that's some top tier smithing, or you have to pay an exorbitant amount for it. Yeah, I think we have a decent smith that we haven't been able to use this whole time. 11, that's not gonna cut it. I think you might need something like 20 or 25 to make mechanical parts. It's pretty far up there, and that's also why I haven't messed with the traps on... Oh, I say that. Yeah, that's a thing. So, it says right there, sharpened stakes are laid ready to skewer unfortunate victims. Watch where you place them. Even settlers can accidentally trigger a trap if they aren't careful. So, yeah. You would think, oh hey, just build a bunch of defenses in front of your door before every raid. And you know what, to be fair, I might actually try that. But yeah, like this wooden trap, it takes 1, and it's gonna take forever to get more, so I don't mess with that. I honestly thought the stick traps needed 1 too, which is why I didn't look at it. I might mess with this on the next raid. Also, happy day 6, everyone. Okay, that is worth considering. I'm going to get rid of that, though, because we're not going to do that anytime soon. And caravan halt, we might as well build one of those. Then this is all, yeah, specialty stuff I want to steep, so we'll keep the tags on them for now. Once we get this finished up, we can probably move all these workstations inside, and that'll be okay. And while I'm thinking about the kitchen, we do need the stove for that. I never set this up. That's okay. It's just iron. Oh, right, we need the stove and working bench. Okay. I had my build order mixed around. It's still okay. Although we will want this immediately in that case. And on the 3rd day, we might clear out a decent chunk of this. But yeah, I've been playing on triple speed for probably the past 10-15 minutes, and you can see how little we've gotten through, so mining is very good, but it's also a pretty significant time that you need to invest in that. Actually, we might need clay. I just realized we might be running out, because we had a pretty good stockpile, but I think the initial one's probably just about done. Are you above the cellar? Directly above it. Excellent. Okay, we need to keep an eye on this and make sure we fill that in with dirt as soon as we're done. In fact, you know what? I want to make sure we're focused on that entirely, so once this is done, we'll start terraforming the front of the kitchen, and then we should be okay. So I'm guessing you're waiting on that. Do we even have any on stockpile? 15,000! Hey, we're good on clay, we just don't have anyone to do the crafting. Yeah, this is why it's good to even villagers that don't really look like they contribute much, if they don't have any stats, they're pretty good for doing the generic crafting and stuff you need to do in between. Although I'm guessing you can still get a negative in craft now, we just haven't had anyone good or bad at it. So, another visitor. Another druid. Okay, well, thanks for another useless visit, guys. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping to get a trader in, but I think we've just been rolling bad on that. And Yohama might finish up the first of the mining expeditions. Nope. That's why you don't watch people work. Good news is Jeanette has had plenty of time to get the armory finished. We'll worry about moving all this stuff over to the armory tomorrow. There we go, Yohama. Proud of you. We're getting the last of the armory finished, and I don't think I have a roof picked out for you yet. And you lost some clothes. That's fine. You can get better ones. Starting off... I want to go brick roof, or, yeah, shingle roof for here, too. We can barely afford to do the floor. Ooh, could you? Yeah, you know what? Not a... yeah, that's actually a pretty big waste of limestone. Let's not do that. Maybe we'll change the roof later to that, but, yeah, I can't justify that right now. Sticks should do for now. Nothing bad could possibly happen with a building that produces a bunch of flames with a stick roof. And we finally have someone crafting that clay, so... Yeah, I think we let the next day run for a bit just to make sure we're caught up on resources, and then I think we'll probably call it a part there. You know, this guy must really love his job, because he's just doing it even though no one's watching. I kinda like this channel now I think about it. Alright, day 7 of autumn. Lucky 7. What do we got? Harvesting. Oh yeah, everyone's got to take care of their needs. Fair enough. Yeah, I think this is also some writing on the wall for next. We should probably go for these chapels. Or shrines, whatever you want to call the building. What's the game called, actually, out of curiosity? Oak Brethren Temple and Restitution Chapel. Okay. Temple and Chapel. Gotcha. Yeah, that'll probably be our big project for next time. We'll let this stuff finished up. And move the final... Actually, you know what? Now that we're doing that, let's just delete the stockpile. Please get rid of the overlay. Thank you. Yeah, we'll deconstruct this zone. The gold coins are just kind of sitting here for a while. I'm fine with that. Eventually, we're going to start building chests for the rooms, and then the gold just kind of gets dispersed there. Also, I also like to build a vault long-term, but we are a pretty far away from that. That's also where we'll eventually keep all our expensive stuff. But for now, we just kind of got to work with what we have. Okay, yeah, we have 6 spares of winter on the stockpile, and now we have 9, because we're also grabbing them off the people that come in, so we're doing good on that. A long-term goal with this, once we have someone that we can dedicate to tailoring, there's an option here to dismantle items for cloth, so you can actually get rid of garbage tier items and make better ones. Because I think you may have noticed once people were putting on clothes, they were sad. They actually care about the quality of the clothes they wear. So if you give people rags to wear, they're going to be pretty annoyed, but if you make good quality stuff, they'll be happier. Makes sense. And you can see this is kind of the starting plan for the armory. And I'm liking that too. But I think that's where we can call it a part for here. Let's, actually, you know what, let's get all that sorted out, see how much space we need. Because it looks like he just finished that up. And I know I just said we're going to stop here, but I want to do a couple things real quick. We have that done. Let's get the sewing station in here. We're going to need to start cranking out limestone bricks like it's going out of style. And the bowyer table also needs to go in here. Okay, it looks like we're going to have just enough room for what we have. Okay, yeah, that's just about perfect. Yeah, we're already out of space, so... the good news is we can just about finish up the armory. So, next time, I think we will finish that. The raid went extremely well for us. Couldn't have asked for a better one. And I'm guessing the next visitor we get will be a little bit more interesting than the past 2 stinkers we had. But, yeah, we're starting to look at some very important expansion coming up soon. Armory's finished, so we're going to need to make sure we have the tech for that. We're starting to turn all the basic resources we find into more interesting things. And with iron ingots and limestone, I think that means we can start turning this from a quaint little defensive structure into a true imposing castle. So next time, we'll explore the new resources we have, tighten up some things we have, and, well, we have winter coming up soon, so we're going to be ready for that. And we'll see if we can survive that, or if we're going to have to resort to cannibalism, slaughtering whatever's in the keep. You know, gotta do what you guys do to survive. But until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.